Okay, welcome to Fahrenheit Performance podcast episode number 81. Welcome back, Georgienne Lee. Glee, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me back.
Yeah, when you came on over a year ago now, you were just starting Journ, right?
Yep.
So I wanted to bring you back to find out how it's gone, if it's as glamorous as you thought it was going to be, how 1 year later, because the first year I'm sure is the hardest, or hopefully the hardest. But before we get started, the one question that everyone wants to know is how many bikes have you bought in the last year?
Not a
Because
lot.
last time your count was quite high.
No, actually only one.
You're currently running a Colnabo or something now, right?
Yeah, the
one?
V5 is new, but every time a bike comes in, one goes out.
Okay.
So that's my justification. And I think people will be a bit shocked, but I actually sold my Journ bike.
Oh no.
Yeah, my friends on...
This was SL8, right?
the SLA,
all the
yeah.
stickers and all.
Yeah, my friends on the bike were asking me like, how can you sell me? Like, how can you sell me? I'm like, oh yeah, but yeah, one has to go, so that goes.
So you're really sticking by the rule then, I guess.
Yeah. I don't think that I have, I have been called many things, many bikes, many shoes. So like someone called me a millipede the other day. So yeah, I'm trying to control, so.
At least a centipede.
Yeah.
Because were you riding nimble shoes at one stage? Oh,
Yeah.
And you had the handmade shoes as well.
Yes, I mean, I still have those for my TT, but currently I'm supported by Quark.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so I wear Quark.
Okay. I saw a picture recently of all your clocks lined up in one long line.
Yeah, actually, that it was this morning. Actually. It was this morning where I'm doing something for Quark. Like they got me to do some feature for them, so it's part of the shoot.
Well,
Yeah.
last week's episode was Natalie Dow, who's a runner, right? And I asked her the question to how many pairs of shoes she has in her rotation. And it's like 15 or 20 pairs or something that she just has in her rotation.
Yeah.
So you can't beat that.
Yeah. But to be fair, running shoes do wear out faster.
And they get really sweaty really quickly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 year on, right? You started Journ. So I've been doing a little bit of snooping around this morning. Journ, I always thought was short for journey, right? But it's also can be construed as a day or daily. What is it? Is it short for journey or is it like pertaining to the day, I think is the description. So
Okay, so the truth is there's no meaning behind it. I was just given a bunch of names, and that was one of the nicer names. But it kind of have a nice ring to it. But I was actually thinking about watches. So FP Journ. So that's how Journ came about. But a lot of people told me that, like when I brought this brand to Korea, a lot of people kind of related it to Journey.
that's right.
So I
Likewise.
think it kind of clicks in
I
that
have,
way.
I have the little titles for every episode, right? And my working title of your last one was, it's about the Journ -E, right? And then we changed it to something else by the time we finished it. But I always assumed it was that. But then today I was looking on the dictionary and it's like, it's Journ is like a daily life, which also is very appropriate, like because it's daily essentials and t-shirts and everyday stuff. It's not just a cycling brand, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it also made sense.
Yeah, and I think it worked out pretty well because from a Singapore context, a lot of my creative friends have been using it in a Mandarin context as well, like Zhen de Ma, like so it kind of like is, I mean, the name kind of played out well in the end.
Yeah. It's good. It's good that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so if anyone doesn't know, Journ is a Singapore-based fashion and lifestyle brand, right? Not just cycling brand. You do bibs, you do jerseys, but also musettes and socks and hats and caps and everything else, right?
Yeah.
And I guess you're like 18 months on or 16 months on that by now.
Yeah, about there. It's been a year and a half.
Okay.
Sort of, yeah.
So tell me this: when you started this a year and a half ago, you must have had a plan, right? A marketing plan or whatever plan. Now that honeymoon's over, dust has settled, real money is coming in, real things are being sold. How much of your plan has gone to plan, and how much of stuff that you didn't expect is now part of the plan?
Nothing has gone to plan. No, just kidding. Well, I mean, I think that in the first year, I soon realized after the first 2 months, I was quite frustrated in the first year. I have to say, because a lot of things that I planned for, I couldn't really achieve on time. I think it was more of like trying to stick to the schedule. For example, I say like, okay, I'm going to do this activation in October, and then October comes and I'm like way behind in some things. So I think in terms of that, for the first year,
for that was
no, it's just either too much work or too many things on my plate, or maybe the time is not right to do that, or maybe it's a supply chain thing. So I kind of learned in the first year to be flexible. So have very big goals. So this year, I think I carried that lesson forward to kind of have bigger goals and like bigger and not like micro goals. So
not like having a national day activation would be really hard.
Yeah.
But having a summer activation is much
correct.
easier.
Yeah. So like for example, like exactly what you said. So for example, summer activation, by summer I have to do like this and this, and but it can be any time and depends on like the flow and how things go, right? So I think in terms of that, I have definitely learned to let go more and not be so in trying to be in control all the time.
I think a lot of people that want to launch something, they'll write down all these ideas, right? And you really got to understand that they're not going to happen the way you think it's going to happen. And if you stick, like it's very noble to stick to your 5 core tenets, but if 4 of them are losing money, you gotta drop them, right? So, yeah. So I guess why don't you describe your main product lines, and then I'll ask questions about it.
Yeah, so I think it hasn't really changed from the first year. So we are split into performance as well as everyday. Okay. So the performance will be like the jerseys, the bib shorts, the socks, the bidons are kind of like you can use it for both socks as well. You can use it for both days. So primarily, I would say cycling stuff will be lumped under performance.
On the bike.
Yeah, on bike stuff. And then the off-bike stuff will be classified under everyday. So we purposely classified them under everyday because they can, the tagline is always not just a cycling brand. So we can always cater to non-cyclists as well. So 2 very distinct lines at the moment.
So which one's doing better?
It's hard to say. I think it's by market.
Okay.
For Singapore, I think it's an equal mix. Doing well in terms of revenue, doing well in terms of popularity are 2 very different things, right? Because the cycling stuff is priced at a much higher price range compared to the lifestyle stuff. So, if you talk about in terms of revenue wise, then maybe at the end of the day, it's kind of the same. But if you talk about like popularity, what's trending, what's constant, definitely the lifestyle stuff is more constant these days.
And do you spend as much time on lifestyle as you do on cycling, or vice versa? Do you feel like you're spending more time on one or the other?
I think both. I try to give equal attention to both. It really depends on the season. So for example, currently the trend is we have one big season every year. So last year and this year, which is around late April to May, we will launch one big season for spring summer. So during that time, I'm typically more focused on cycling because our campaign shots and everything needs to be done. And primarily, we're still focused on cycling as the main sport. So during that period of time, I'm more focused on cycling. And then towards the second half of the year, I tend to be more focused on lifestyle, especially because we have Christmas season coming up. And then little gifts. You need to think about like more mainstream audience.
Yeah. Okay. So, I think you've traveled more in this last year than I have in the last 10 years. You were in Thailand, you're in Korea, you're in a bunch of places. Is that mostly for work? Are you like going there to establish the markets?
Yeah. It's I think 9% for work. I actually don't really like it because I don't get time off, and every trip now has to be combined with work. I mean, I think it's just part of the sacrifice that I have to make to grow the business. So I was in Thailand and Korea last month in June. Yeah, that was intense. Yeah, and yeah, like you said, I travel. I mostly shuffle between South Korea and Bangkok quite often because we have a presence there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a constant flow of product going to those locations now?
Yeah. We have, I mean, whatever we have here, they have as well. Yeah. I think the reason why I go is typically if there is a pop-up or if there's an activation, then I try to be there, especially because we're still relatively new.
They're so tiring.
It is,
pop-ups. Yeah. Like, we've done, I guess, expo booths before, like this Fahrenheit performance. Like Bintan 70.3 we had an expo booth once. It's very, very tiring because you stand there and you're trying to, you think you're great, but people are just walking past, right? And you're trying to catch people's attention all the time.
Yeah, I feel very much for people doing pop-ups now whenever I go to like food fairs. So I'm like, oh no, like I feel like if I... Yeah, I feel for them.
Yeah, but then on the other side, you got the people that are giving out free products in the plaza or something. And you just want to ignore them, right? Yeah. So, okay. So, do you have a presence in Korea now? Like, is there a store that carrying your stuff all the time, or is it...
Well, not really a store. So we have a South Korean distributor. So he has a clubhouse along the Han River. So I mean, we do have physical presence in that sense, where you can go to the clubhouse and try on our gears and stuff. And then we have some items on display in one of the pretty famous biking cafes called BA Cafe in South Korea. So it's all along the cycling, like the popular cycling routes.
So the Koreans can buy the stuff there and take it home, or do they have to go to the website and then you send it back?
No, they can go. I mean, they can go to the clubhouse to buy the stuff, and then we are also on Moshinsa. So Moshinsa is kind of like a Revolve clothing, where it's like a lot of brands are on there, and a lot of Koreans use Mushinsa to buy their stuff. So we're on Mushinsa as well. So I mean, the people that we can't reach, we try to reach through Mushinsa.
Okay, and it's working out for you.
Yeah, I think we get a continuous flow of sales from. It's quite a good platform to be on.
Yeah. And how about Thailand? Are you like someone like en route or something like that?
So Thailand, we are stocking our Journ stuff at K Siam.
Okay.
They have K Siam, and it's kind of a link to Specialized. So Specialized Town in Town is on the first floor, and then second floor is K Siam, which is they carry a few bike brands, and they carry our brand as well.
Yeah, so it's just one of the 5 or so brands that are in there. Okay. Because Thailand, I'm not sure recently, but Thailand is, for the past 10 years, have been pretty big in cycling ever since the Skylane came up, right?
I think in general, Thailand has a bigger market in cycling. There's definitely more people. I mean, it's different. I would say there's people cycling as well. Different.
It's kind of hard because you don't know. Singapore might not have as many cyclists, but then they might be more willing to pay more money for your product, right? So one of those things. So and then in Singapore, cycle project saw Kai Seng Quat. I also saw Sui Lee.
Yeah.
What? I'm like, no, what? I had to click on it to make sure that it was actually you were in there, because those headphones you're wearing are from Sui Lee, and it's not generally a music store. Right?
Yeah, I know.
So how did that happen?
I know. So it happened in May. So I thought it was a scam as well. So when they contacted me, I got this random email from Sui Lee.
I'm just thinking.
From Sui Lee, yeah.
I'm sure you get this all the time on Instagram. Looking for ambassadors for Enter the Blank.
Oh yeah, I do.
Sportswear company. Yeah. But it's not the same person. You text ambassador to blah, right? just sticky. It sounded something like that.
Yeah, I get like supplier emails as well. Like I don't know how they find me, but like suppliers actually contact us and say like, hey, like we manufacture. Do you want to manufacture with us?
Yeah, sure. Do. So Sweetie just called.
So I thought it was a scam because I have no link in anything to Sweetie.
Yeah.
So
it's not like your cousin's shop or his friend or something like that. Right?
Yeah, no, none. So I had to email them back, and I was like, by the way, like, how did you hear about us? Yeah. And they said that they actually heard about us while one of the buyers was having coffee at a cafe. I mean, they didn't really.
One of their customers was.
One of their buyers
was
having coffee at a cafe. So, I mean, I think the only place would be PPP.
Which has your stuff.
Which has my stuff, yeah.
Unless they were at Atlas or something, and then a whole bunch of cyclists came in with jerseys on.
Yeah, Perhaps, but I never asked like which coffee or which cafe. Yeah. So I mean the conversation flowed, and then I found out that they're trying to revamp their brand, and they're actually bringing in other lifestyle brands as well, and they're pretty keen on our lifestyle collection. Yeah. So we do stock. So I mean it panned out. It worked out well for us.
I walked into the Sweetie store in Clarke Quay maybe 2 months ago, 1 month ago. I was looking for new headphones. So these ones are falling apart. And it doesn't feel like a music store, actually. It's kind of like a chill out zone. Got vinyls here, got some guitars over there, but it's not, the vibe isn't like pure music, right?
Yeah. And they have like a cafe there now. You can order food. So I did go check it out recently to see like, how I do secret visits.
Secret shopper.
Yeah. So
undercover boss.
Yeah. It's nice. I saw my stuff there.
So it's hanging.
It is. Yeah. It's hung up there already, and I think it's hung up in Star Vista as well. So both there are physical outlets as well as online.
Okay. And then I guess as a startup, you're always looking for new partners and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Is it like an ongoing struggle? Is that one of the biggest stresses of the day for you?
I mean, I think yes and no. A few have approached us, but I also kind of want to be a bit cautious of in terms of the branding, and because I'm pretty particular about that. Yeah. Like as a new brand, I don't want the brand message to be different.
You don't want to be in Quartz, for example, right?
Yeah.
No offense to Quartz, but it's just a different.
I mean, it's just a different market. I think everyone has a different, So I want to be cautious in that. But at the same time, as a small brand, when you aim high, the big brands don't want you as well. So like, I think it's really a delicate balance between finding the right partners at the right time. I've learned to kind of be more chill about it this year. I think last year it was like I was trying to be quite aggressive. I was like, okay, where should we be? Like, and then this year, like we need to be in like 3 countries or 4 countries. And then I'm like, okay, I'm so tired after 2. Like,
But it goes back to that thing about holding to your tenets and strict values, right? You want to be cautious and you want to make everything aligns. But you still need to have money to pay for your lunch and pay the bills and stuff, right? So there's got to be, I guess, a gray area which you can cross, and then a hard stop somewhere else, because you could be the most noble people in the world but have no business, and you can finally go out of business, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, and then so currently Korea, Thailand, Singapore, obviously. No, Australia, Malaysia, Indonesia.
Maybe
Vietnam.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of these markets I have not tapped into. We're trying to look into Indonesia, but I mean, cycling in general is honestly a bit slow at the moment. I might consider America next year to do. I mean, it's like kind of a bit contradictory with all the tariffs and stuff, but I think there is a market there.
Would it be a Singapore tariff, or would it be a? I don't know what tariff.
Yeah,
no one knows what it will be. They'll just decide on the day.
Yeah, I know. I think it's a bit like it's a sticky situation at the moment. So I don't know. We'll wait and see. But I do have some friends who have feedback from New York. I used to live in New York.
Yeah,
so
me too.
I have some friends who wear my stuff in New York, and they say like people actually flag them down on the streets to say like, hey, like where do you buy your
Very
socks
much
from?
Greenwich Village.
Yeah.
Feel, right? It's a boutique t-shirt store or something. So all you need to do is find a few of them.
So I think maybe we might try a pop-up there next year. So we'll see. Yeah.
Okay. And then so building the brand, right? Beginning of last year, you didn't exist. Now it's all halfway through this year.
Yeah.
What are the biggest challenges been so far in this journey so far?
I would say biggest challenges would be growing the brand. I think when I started the brand, I was very like in the clouds. You know, you don't have that experience of actually like doing business, and you think like, okay, everything is gonna like work out in my way. Like, you know, I'm gonna conquer the world. But like, you soon start to realize that, you know, sometimes it's gonna be hard on some days. You're gonna have highs, you're gonna have lows. But I think it's more of persisting through all of this that is more important.
I think especially the cycling side.
Yeah.
Right? Cyclists are notoriously brand loyal sometimes, you know. Got the people that only wear Alpha. Now you got people that only wear Map, right? And you're going to have to try to wrestle those people. But for t-shirts, for example, who's brand loyal to a t-shirt, right? It's just like you got 50 of them, it's just whatever's in the rotation, right? But, and so when I first started Fahrenheit, also, I was the same. I did like, I've got a disc wheel over there, right? I thought, I'll make all these different things. I'll make wheels. But then like, it's going to take so much effort to build that to where you've considered to be successful. You really got to understand where to put your effort and time into, right?
Yeah. And I think one of the challenges, well, I mean, not really a challenge, but more of a benchmark for myself after learning and starting the brand is I realized, I think you mentioned this as well, it's like your first purchase from your friends are always not really an indicator.
Yes.
So after that, like what happens after that? So I think
when your friends right.
Yeah. So I think that is a very good benchmark for me, and I think this year I'm kind of happy to see that SS25 when we launched it, people that I don't know are actually buying into the brand. So I think that actually makes me happier than when a friend buys. I mean, I'm thankful for my friends as well, but
no, I totally get it, because bike fitting, right? When we first, I've been doing this for almost 10 years now. The first year, people are coming in, they're paying, but they are people I know, people in my group rides, people, my friends. And then it gets to the point where they're all done, right? And then they've told other people, and you get all these people that you don't know coming in. And it's great because then you start making new friends, and it's sort of your community grows. But there definitely is a point in the first, don't know how, whatever the runway is, that your friends will run out, and then you go, it's like, what next? Sort of. Okay.
Yeah.
So then product-wise, is there anything that has done better than you expected or worse than you expected? Is there a jersey design that you thought that was going to be the hottest thing ever and it just didn't do very well, or vice versa?
I think done better than expected would be musets.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't expect the musets to be popular.
Yeah. Whenever I go somewhere, like when I was traveling to Bintan 2 weeks ago for Nationals weekend, I have the blue musette with the
the logo,
That is my go-to.
I know,
passports and cash and everything. That's my sort of my travel bag. So whenever I do short trips, it's just like that's the bag that I take. If I go to Australia, I bring it as well. It's just convenient. You can stuff all your things in there. It's very lightweight.
Yeah, so I think that has actually resonated with a lot of people in the community as well as outside of the community. Yeah. So that definitely is one product that does pretty well on its own. Because
I'm completely using it for uncycling related use, even though it's got that side strap, which you use for cycling.
Yeah. So I use it a lot for travel as well without the third strap. So I think a lot of people do that as well. The other thing is t-shirts. So a lot of guys have come up to me to say that the t-shirts are really, really comfortable. Yeah. And sometimes I'm just like, really? Like, I don't really believe them. Yeah. But like, but yeah, I mean, if they say it's comfortable, I guess it's comfortable. Because I mean, like how I feel about t-shirts is probably different from how guys feel about t-shirts. The really picky ones. So I mean, it's good news for me that these things are working well. Jersey, I would say I'm still trying to grasp the trend because sometimes...
Well, you have the obnoxiously loud ones, right? Like some spray paint or something. And then you have the plain tones.
Yeah, so I am obnoxiously loud in my taste sometimes in fashion. So
which do better, actually?
I mean, it's funny because in the first season, the solid colors did way better than the crazy ones. Yep. And this season, the graphic ones did better than the solid ones. Okay. So I think it really depends on the design and the colors, I guess.
And like solid jerseys are quite common, but no one else is gonna have a crazy color like that one, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay. And then tell me this: you must have tried lots of different avenues, right? You got group rides, you got pop-ups, you got word of mouth, you got in-house stores and stuff. Which one is the like is going to be successful or best ROI, and is that what you expected it to be?
I think in general pop-ups are pretty good bang for buck, I would say. I mean, going to the right pop-ups, of course, like they are the quickest and fastest way and probably the least investment to get word out.
So when you say pop-up, is there like there is a whole bunch of other pop-ups at the same time, or are you just renting a store for a month and then being going to be there?
No, so I think a month is too long to be honest. So we recently did a pop-up at Hyundai department store in Seoul.
Okay.
So that was actually
but it's just you doing it, right?
Yeah.
Not a whole bunch of other stores.
It was just us. Okay. So that went on for 2 weeks. Yeah. But earlier in the year we went for a trade fair. So I call it a pop-up as well because that is kind of like a trade fair, but we have a booth.
Yeah. So like an expo.
Yeah, so something like an expo. So it really depends on the event. I think it's more on the event, and you gotta really see like, okay, is this event kind of suitable for your brand, and also how's the flow? Yeah, how's the traffic flow? What's the what's the demographics going to this pop-up, this trade fair.
And the traffic flow makes a huge difference as well. Like you went to the T100 expo, right? So you check in, you get your number. Then the T100 merch is there. Then Purpose had a whole corner. But then after that bend, it was like ghost town.
Quiet, yes.
It was, and it's just a feng shui of the layout or something happened, and it was just you turn around the corner and it was just like it's just like amateur hour back there. I don't know what difference.
Yeah, I think like a lot of times you can't really also be deceived by events. Like, for example, T100 is a very big event, but you also kind of got to assess, like, are people going there actually going to buy? Like, what's their main purpose? So I can tell you I'll just be very honest right now. So SneakerCon, we went to SneakerCon in February. This year. And then right after I went to the trade fair in Seoul, the Seoul Living Design Fair, SneakerCon was a total flop.
I heard that from last year, actually.
Because a flop for us. I'm not sure whether it was a flop for other people, but definitely a flop for us because I underestimated the crowd. A lot of them were actually going there to trade shoes and not really look at the retail. So that was a flop for us. But then later on, when I went to Seoul, that was a huge success. Yeah. And that actually led to someone from Hyundai spotting us to say like, okay, and offering us a space.
Yeah, and it's funny because you never know what door is going to open. Yeah. Like even your SneakerCon flop, for example, someone might have walked in there and seen it and done the same thing, right? So it's just another step on the road, right? And maybe you lose money, maybe you make money. As long as you don't die, you keep going, and then you make the next one because a door might open to huge contracts from any of those things, right? You just, because if you stay at home, you never get that.
Correct.
So even if you go and fail, then something else might happen, right? So.
Yeah. So it's a lot of persistence, perseverance.
I think 90% of the population, they work for somebody else.
Yeah.
And they work in a corporate life where people tell them, even if they're the boss of their department, they've got support structure, they've got HRs, they've got, that the paper and the pens are going to be in a certain cupboard and the waste paper bin is going to be emptied out. For when you're doing it yourself, it's like you forget to lock the front door. It's gonna be open the next day. Forget to turn the aircon off.
So many things. So many things to do.
And it's I don't want to say it's a burden because we choose to live this life, right? But it is a weight that it's not like no one's got your back, but it's like you know that your steps are going to be directly contributing to the success of the company, right?
Yeah.
And if you choose not to take those steps, it's also going to have a detrimental effect.
Yeah, exactly. I know I have friends who are like, oh, you have your own business now, you can do all, like, you can take time off, like, like every day is so flexible for you. I'm like, yeah, but if I'm not working, nothing's gonna move.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone thinks that the goal is to work for yourself. Then you can take holidays whenever you want. You can work from the beach or whatever. Yeah. But they forget to take 20 hours a day of your time, of your mental energy and your time to do all these things. And if they're not done, no one else is going to do them for you as well. Yeah. Right. So, and then, so how about your, I guess your best market? What's fastest growing, for you so far?
I think still Singapore. Singapore is still the biggest market, even though, like what you said just now, we're a small population, but people generally are more willing to spend in Singapore. So Singapore is still the biggest market. I would say the second market now is Korea. Yeah. Because the lifestyle stuff really took off in Korea. But we're just trying to find that momentum because Korea is a lot of like pop-ups and activations and then we go quiet after that. So it's just trying to
keep the flow.
Yeah, keep the flow going.
And I think your t-shirts are great because it's not like me, right? All I've done is put my brand on my t-shirt. I sell it and give it away and stuff. Your t-shirts are like the Some Say Woman t-shirt, right? You're not going to see that anywhere else. Yeah. Right? So if you want it, you have to get it. Have to get it from you, and it's not like you are actually advertising for you. It's just a particular design that you have to do, and it's embroidered. It's probably embroidered, right?
Yeah, it's embroidered.
It's embroidered. So it's just a particular shirt that if it resonates with you, you got to take it or leave it, right? It's not like you can just buy it from any other place as well. Yeah, it's not something that you can get a diamond dozen anywhere else, right? So. Yeah. So, okay. So, is anything that you've done so far unexpectedly done better than expected?
Anything that I've done so far unexpectedly? Not really. Maybe I have too high expectations of myself. So whenever I finish something, I'm like, okay, yeah, tick that off the box.
How about this? You're talking about your May activation, right? Yeah. So I guess your first activation is when you started, right? Yeah. Your initial activation. Yeah. You've recently done something. Love made me brackets. It. Yes. Right. Yeah. The brackets is your inspiration. What is it? Fill in the blank. Inspiration is that what are you doing here?
So
just
actually,
explain this whole.
Yeah. So actually, it came about because one of the jerseys actually says "Love made me do this." So I put that on a jersey because it's like, like why do I cycle 6 times a week? It's like I get on a trainer at least 4 times a week. So like what makes me do this? Why? Because I like it, and that's what got me to start this brand as well. So and when we were shooting our SS25 campaign in Bangkok recently, I wanted this season to have a key visual. because last season we didn't have a key visual. So I wanted this season to be very focused, like, okay, you know, we have a concept. What is our key visual and what can people feel from a lot of brands now, it's like, how can you evoke emotion from your customer, right? So I was speaking to Lala Bell about it, and we kind of bounced some ideas off, and she actually did the key visual design for us. So the Love Made Me bracket, the bracket is supposed to be whatever you love. So it could be an action, it could be an object, it could be someone.
So if it's a bike, you have a picture of your bike inside of the brackets, right? If it's your dog, you know, a picture of your dog.
So I mean, it's just, you know, like what drives you and what keeps you going. And I think that's kind of the message that I want to push out to everyone this season, especially with the dip in cycling market, you know, like it's like, you know, we're all still trudging along in this path. Like what made you do it, you know? But it has to be some form of passion.
And love can come in lots of different forms, right? You could be, you love it because you want to be the better person. Love might mean your partner makes you do it, so you're doing it for love for them. It could be a whole bunch of things, right?
Yeah.
So is that the going forward next year, May, are you going to have the same style, key visual, campaign, have some other sort of
Yeah, definitely. I definitely I think key visuals are really important, and having a brand like campaign message is important. I still want to stick to sending a motivational message across whenever I launch something. So I think that will still be the main driver whenever we try to launch something.
Are you still, I remember last time we talked, you had a designer, off-site designer do all your designs. Is that still the way you do it?
I still do that. I still use more or less the same people. So we've added some new people that I've started exploring with, but mostly still using that same model.
Okay. And then I guess, what advice, if someone else wants to make their own lifestyle, cycling,
don't do it.
kind of brand, what is a lesson? I asked this question to, let's say, a triathlete, right? What's a lesson learned that you give for your first race? You know, tighter laces better for whatever. What's your lesson learned that you wouldn't do again, or you would do earlier, or something like that?
I mean, I think it's still too early for me to give advice.
Please don't give me a Miss Universe answer. No. Everything I've done has made me into the person I am today.
So I think so recently we Quark actually came. The founder Quark Fam actually came down to Singapore for an activation for Quark. So I met him and we had a discussion.
From where?
So they're based in Taiwan.
Okay.
So they came down. So he came down as well. And he knows that I have Journ. So we had a chat as well. And he said something very, very useful and very true, which is in the first 6 years of your business, you really don't know what you're doing. It's a lot of decisions that you make are going to be emotionally driven. You're not going to be able to see a trend until like later on, which I think is very true. A lot of the decisions I make are still very based on how I feel like people are going to accept it, or like how people are going to be receptive about it. It's a lot of a gut feel and a lot of like, okay, just like scrolling on Instagram. Okay, this is trending. Yeah. Okay. I think this works, you know? So, in terms of, that, I feel like I don't really have, I'm not really qualified to give advice, but I would say that like, if someone really asks me now, like what I would tell them, like what I would have done better and what is successful, I would say done better would definitely be be more, I mean, it's easy to say now because I'm in my second year, but like try to be more relaxed in the first year. Try to be a little bit more relaxed and not so like uptight about micro goals, like set big goals in the first year, because you're really not going to achieve any of it in the first year.
So more so keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, I would say just keep the ball rolling. Keep doing things even though it seems like you are just doing it for the sake of doing it and nothing is happening. But trust me, something is happening.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of times in the past year, especially towards the second half of the year when we didn't have any new stuff launched, I was like, oh my God, like things are so slow. Like, why am I doing this? You know, like nothing is happening. And then like it carried on until like the first year and people are like, Lee, when are you launching your new stuff? Like, you know, it's been a while. I'm like, okay, just wait. Like, you know, it will come. And I think it was good that I chose to wait because then, you know, word starts to spread before that and people kind of know like, okay, you know, like more people that I don't know about Journ. So like it really comes in very unexpected ways that like when you're doing something and you're just getting the ball rolling, like something actually happens.
Sometimes you don't realize the things that you're putting in place and how they're affecting the future. And it happens, it also, on the flip side, if you're doing really well and you take the foot off the gas, thinking, okay, I want to go to Bali, you live, pray, love from up, right? You might not see the consequence of that immediately, but 3 months, 6 months down the road, where the stuff that you didn't do while you're just chilling in Bali, those seeds are not gonna sprout because nothing happened. And then it's like fitness, right? You stop cycling, the day after you stop, you're not unfit. It's like 2 months down the track that you actually realize how unfit you are.
Yeah.
But so tell me this: you're 1 year in. What's the end goal? Where do you want to be in 5, 10 years?
Well, I don't know honestly where I want to be in 10 years, but in 5 years, definitely in more markets for sure. Launching another line. So I mean, we're still developing the running line. I've mentioned before that we're looking into developing a running line. Yeah, there's a lot of I mean, I think people are diversifying in terms of the sport they play, but the good news is that no one is people are still playing sport, and like, actually more and more people are playing sport because they realize how important it is for their health and well-being.
Mental health.
Yeah, yes, definitely mental health. I think for me, especially with all the work that I have to do, I really try. Like I'll be grumpy if I don't work out like at least once, like every day, cause
that's quite a lot.
Yeah, that's my actually time to shut off.
Yeah.
Where I don't think of anything. I really no one can contact me when I'm working out.
Yeah, or if you're on the bike, you can't call.
Yeah, I can't take calls. I listen to a podcast. You know, I switch off. Like I don't think about work at all. Yeah. So I think exercise is really important, and more people are realizing that. Yeah. So in 5 years, definitely we want to be not just a cycling brand and also other.
I think also when you get to the point where you feel like you don't need to be at every meeting, every decision, you have key people that can make those decisions.
Oh yes, I hope to hire more people. I hope that by year 5 I'll be in that capacity to have a team. Yeah.
Yeah. So like this is you do take that month off. Yeah. The cards aren't gonna all fall down. You have people in place to carry the wheelbarrow, right?
Yeah, you don't have. Yeah, now I don't have someone where it's like, oh, out of office, please contact the alternative person. Exactly. No, like please wait.
But yeah, so I think when you get to that point where it's not on your shoulders every day, you got a little bit more breathing room, I guess. Not necessarily the end goal, but okay. Glee, thank you so much. I really hope you come back in other years. I will do another catch up.
Oh, yeah.
If this podcast is still around now, I think we're okay. We're 81 in. You were episode 20, so let's just say maybe episode 150.
We've done a lot.
Once a week. Glee, thank you so much. We'll catch up again, okay?
Thank you.